All right. Let's start with some jokes here. I got some stories and some old jokes I just worked in here, so we'll see if any of them land. Imagine being Bill Clinton. Great way to start a joke. Imagine being Bill Clinton. You must have thought you were going to be the coolest president of all time. Not only, were you like the cool saxophone playing president and stuff like that was like all hip and jive. You even went so far as to get a blowjob in the Oval Office. A blowjob from a Jewish woman. That's like one of the hardest things in the world. One of the hardest things in the world, all right? You got that boss-ass shit. And then imagine being him, going through all that. Like, you got impeached for that shit. It probably was worth it. A couple years later, who do you got? You got Barack Obama just shooting basketballs, and stuff like that. Smoking cigarettes, looking like a badass at the White House. Poor Bill Clinton. He thought he was going to be so cool for the entire world. And he's just sitting there looking at Hillary going, God damn it, Hillary. If I just got that threesome in the office. Because if he got, a threesome. If he got that threesome, that really would have kept him. All right, that was a bad joke, but they say wokeness is killing comedy. I disagree. So I can't say retard anymore. No big deal. You just change the wording of the joke. It's not retard strength, it's mentally handicapped strength. And boom, you're back in there making jokes about how retard girls give the best hand jobs. See? They can censor our words, but not our important thoughts. That being said, I've always wondered if retard girls give good head or not. Most of them got a good bob going on, but look like they got no problem in the drool department. But can you really trust them not to bite? That's a big risk with their mentally handicapped strength and all. But I guess these are the risks you take when you fly so close to the sun. On wings of cum. It is a little known fact that Icarus fucked retards. People say, don't fly too close to the sun. Unless you're a gnat. Which say, fly right into that dude's fucking eyeball. That's probably my favorite one I wrote, I think, this week. Or this month. Bugs are weird. Like, what's the deal with exoskeletons? What is your skin on the inside? You got pimples in there? Is that why bugs are so juicy when they get squished? Just a bunch of populated pimples. When I have a kid, I really hope they don't end up with an Oedipus complex. Though, that would be preferable to an Ediscat complex. Do they have to put the animals, do they have to put down the animals, they say, from bestiality cases? Is it like a man killer thing when now they've tasted human cock and they can't go back? Or can you reintroduce them to platonic society? These are the important questions, especially in Canada, where they're fucking their animals. I mean, the United States too. Apparently everyone's doing it, but. Personally, I don't get the appeal of the beach. Like, sure, let's go to the mini desert in the blazing sun with the undrinkable water. Sounds like a good time. Speaking of people who were stuck in a desert for 40 years, if the Holocaust never happened, it would be a lot easier to make fun of Jewish people. Don't really have a punchline for that one yet, but I'm working towards it. That being said, what's a Jew's favorite day of the week? Saturday, I assume, because they're people just like you and me. I mean, they probably like payday too, but that's besides the point. Want to see if your partner might be into scat play? Offer them a warm Baby Ruth bar and gauge their reaction while eating it. Enjoying it just a little too much? I don't know why. What am I doing with the scat jokes? This is nasty. It's nasty, Nick. What are you doing? I've heard people say, workers of the world, unite! Which is cool and all. But I don't know what a... I'm going to try that one again. I've heard people say, workers of the world, unite! Which is cool and all. But I don't know what all the workers morphing into a giant worker mech thing would really accomplish. I had one of the worst first days at work ever. One of the first day of work that I had at this place called Office Depot was probably the worst first day maybe anybody could have. So went to work, it was the first day. I went to work normally, and I wasn't quite prepared for, I haven't had a job in a little bit, like a year or something at that time. Maybe it wasn't a year, but whatever. So let's just say my work clothes weren't quite up to my condition at that point. So this job was stocking in the morning at Office Depot. And I get there, 6 in the morning or something like that, pretty early. And they send me to the back to train with this old Asian guy named Lee. And all right, I'm excited. About to put some work in. So he tells me, okay, so first thing we're going to do, go over there and grab, we're going to pick these boxes up. We're going to put them over there or something like that. So I go over and go get the first box. And when I bend down to grab it, using the proper back procedure, my pants proceed to explode off of me. And, it's not like a rip, like your ass rips. It was like the seam from the crotch down to the legs just exploded out. So my pants were just shredded on my legs. The Asian guy could barely contain his laughter. I was really embarrassed. I said I had to go home and change, and it was really early in the morning, so customers were there yet. So I run up front, and the cashier sees me waddling out, holding together my pants, and the manager. And so I drive home and I put on another thicker, stronger, bigger pair of pants. And I return, and they send me back to the receiving place again. And the Asian guy, he's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, I came back, to work. And he's like, "We didn't think we were ever seeing you again." And I believe that because, I just showed everybody my undies on the first day of work. I worked there for a while after that. It just goes to show, never have shame. This is why men need their own version of leggings. This story I just told you. The only thing holding us back is the BQ boner question. Maybe it won't be till we invent portal tech and put a little portal in there in front. And this will be the genesis of the boner dimension. I bet the boner dimension would be rather hard to navigate with very rigid rules. And the milk just doesn't taste right. There's something off about it. And last joke. Let's go on a bombo. How do lesbians fight? Without a man there, who gets blamed? All right.